Why have we asked our contractor we found on Angie.com to be our kids' legal guardian? Because he took such good care when redoing our basement that we knew we could trust him to care for our kids.
We only met a month ago.
Angie, the one you trust to find the ones you trust. Find pros for all your home projects at Angie.com.
I'm Jenna Fisher.
And I'm Angela Kinsey.
And together we have the podcast Office Ladies.
Just because we finished rewatching The Office does not mean we're going anywhere.
Every Wednesday, we'll be sharing even more exclusive stories from The Office and our friendship with brand new guests. Plus, you can revisit all the Office Ladies rewatch episodes every Monday with new bonus tidbits before every episode.
So follow and listen to Office Ladies on the free Odyssey app and wherever you get your podcasts.
Listen when you're making fudge. And you know how much you love fudge. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on the free iHeartRadio app.
Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Hey Wichita, it's Jacob Albracht. Stay right there for the latest breaking in sports talk. It's Sports Daily, coming up next exclusively on 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Jim Rome here with your Rome Report. To quote Arnold Schwarzenegger from Total Recall, consider that a divorce. Well, except I'm not talking about he and Sharon Stone. I'm talking about the Phillies and Nick Castellanos. It was not a question of if, but a matter of when. You know it's bad when a solid player like that is untradeable and nobody wants him, and the team is willing to eat $20 million just to get him to go away. Then again, the guy pretty much did it to himself. Teams will put up with just about anything if you're producing, but he wasn't. And the one thing that no team is ever going to put up with is a player responding to being taken out of a game by cracking open a beer in the dugout and then lighting up the manager in front of the rest of the team. No way you come back from that. A beer in the dugout? What? Burning a blunt? Didn't want any of that? If you were trying to get yourself fired, Nick, it worked. Hope that was worth it, although I'm sure it wasn't. I'm Jim Rome. And remember, you can follow me on Instagram at Jim Rome.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
If I was governor, I'd sure find better things to do with my time, like getting Washington's birthday and Lincoln's birthday back as separate paid holidays. President's Day. What a ripoff.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
All right, welcome in, everybody, to a what's sure to be wild and crazy Sports Daily on a Monday, on a crazy Sunday, where we got a big one. Jerome Tang out at K-State. The university saying for cause. We're going to have a legal fight potentially on our hands here. Jacob Albracht, TJ Cleveland with you on a Monday. We'll dig into the Jerome Tang news from Sunday. It was also a big weekend of college basketball in general for Wichita State and KU. Shocker head men's basketball coach Paul Mills will join the show a little later in this hour. So it's going to be crazy. Your commentary, welcome at 869-1240 on the KFH hotline. YouTube, X, Facebook. You can leave us video comments if you're watching us there. If you're watching on 12 News Connected, you can reach out to TJ and I directly on X at our social channels. You can leave us voice messages if you're listening on the Odyssey app. It'll be a big show, and it's all brought to you by Wichita Brewing Company. It's What's on Tap, now featuring the seasonal release English Mild, easy to drink at only 3.4 ABV. but full of flavor to warm you up through the last of winter. English mild, available at all 3 WBC locations, East, West, Historic Delano, Wichita Brewing Company. Pizza and beer made here. TJ, you've slept on it. How are you this morning?
I think that if Tommy Castor is listening to the show right now, he needs to get on the phones, sell some legal ads, and get us a legal insider.
It's for cause might be a stretch. We'll dig into
we're about to dig into the most, and obviously like the Marshall thing kind of had legal ramifications and everything, and the end of that I imagine and everything. But since I've been here, this is the first like real sports legal crossover that's going to have me, saying wild words that I have no business.
You've had betting allowed, and we've had a lot of.
Yep, I've had more like sports legislature than there's been like law. And I understand the legislature is full of lawmakers, but you know what I mean? Maybe. Like this is the first like suit that we're gonna have to deal with.
Well, look, this was the issue at hand here for K-State has always been that buyout. We've said it before. Like, I didn't think they'd ever be able to get to the place where they could swallow the buyout. And then we have one of the wilder, strangest weeks ever. And now they're trying to save for cause. And I don't think they'll win that case, by the way. But I think they'll settle. I think you'll see a settlement. I think, maybe instead of $18 million, it's $10 million or whatever it ends up being. But, if Jerome Tang thinks he's got a case, he may want $18 million. That's why he put the buyout in his contract. So it's wild to me that we got to this point. I said this last night on Sports Sunday. 2 weeks ago, I don't even think K-State was at this point. And it wasn't because of the losing. I think they could have lost every game the rest of the way. And I'm not sure K-State would have taken this route. But it's what's happening after these games, these post-game news conferences that just keep getting weirder and wilder. And it just, even with it, though, I don't think they're going to win this if it goes straight up. But they're moving on from Jerome Tang, and it might cost them $18 million.
Yep.
That's what happens when things get to this level.
This is like, honestly, like, as we talked about on the show this last week, obviously the Gene Taylor comments that, he told me, whatever it was, like 2 weeks ago now, is that like he, completely trusts him to try to turn it around, everything like that. Like, I think 2 weeks ago that was true. Like, I don't think that there's any part of it. Like, and people, every time athletic directors say that, people are always like, whoa, you better hold your word on that then. And it's like, well, guess what? You're allowed to change your mind. And, based on the last week, that's what happened. And I think that that's what Gene Taylor said last night, is that that's what happened. I think that, like, on Tuesday night, I understand, and listen, we're not idiots. Like, we understand that they're making this move because of how bad the basketball program is right now. Like, and it's for cause is the other part of this as well. But, we're not going to be coy and think that if they were, 20-10, that this would happen, right?
Yeah, look, careful what you say here, because anything that you say right now can and may be used in a legal court of action as they're trying to prove for cause that it's disparaging to the program. The language in there is very strange from what K-State puts out. That recent public comments, quoting Gene Taylor here in a statement, recent public comments and conduct in addition to the program's overall direction have not aligned with K-State's standards for supporting student athletes and representing the university. People making fun of you doesn't seem like it's going to hold up to me.
You can get really deep in the weeds. My point I'm making here, let me circle back, is that regardless if it was cause or not, like, I think that Wednesday night, what he said, that's your own prerogative, what you think about what he said, which is a whole other conversation that we'll probably have. But, like, the fact that it went viral is the problem. By all accounts, it's the problem. If it wasn't for cause, it's a problem, because it's like, can we give him another year? Like, we're a national laughingstock right now. Like, and I think they really wanted to. Like, it was like, force my hand. Like, I do not want to do this. And Gene Taylor doesn't do this kind of thing. Like, it was a force my hand situation. And I mean, Thursday, it was on, pardon the interruption, Sports Center, on all the national media, social medias. Like, it was everywhere. And at that point, it's just like, I don't know what we can do other than this.
I think the most likely scenario is that K-State got to the point where they were comfortable with the buyout. And you know, at that point, this is the path they're going to take because, you know, I guess why not, you know, try. But again, try all you want. That's going to be something that factors into the future, and we'll get into all of it. We'll revisit the entire situation, but you're not making that move unless you're comfortable with the buyout. Because look, exactly, there are smarter people than us sitting in a room saying, "Yeah, you maybe could get get this clause," but they're thinking the same thing we are. Like, it's a stretch, but we could try.
Exactly.
You gotta be
that's the thing
with the buyout.
Is that it's mid-February and everybody kind of, you know, thought it was going to come eventually, and it was like, you know, this wasn't a snap decision. He heard the things on Wednesday night, and he's like, "I can't do it. He's gone." Like. This has probably been pondered for, you know, quite a while.
You know,
of just
so
like
funny too.
What is possible?
Wednesday night didn't even bother me that much.
I know that's a whole conversation.
Saturday bothered me. Like the having the whole, you know, dog and pony show of having players come in and they're the assistant coaches and you're going to sit here and answer like that.
But it had nothing to do with it. Like. That's what Gene said, is that it had nothing to do with it. It was the decision was made during the game on Saturday, basically. So I want to say that I thought about this morning as we was getting ready for the show. Is I want to go back and find, I don't know if it was Friday's show or something like that, where we were talking about Wilbon making his case on PTI. I was like, "You better walk it back, or we will file you for cause." And we were both like, "Yeah, okay, you can't fire him for cause for that." They fired him for cause for that.
Coaches have been mean to their players. Like, you're trying to motivate your players.
My favorite post on it about social media was if Jerome Tang just got fired for cause for what he said, Mick Cronin could have gotten fired 100 times in his 2-year career already. The UCLA coach.
There's lots of coaches. Almost all of them would be fired. Zachary on YouTube says he was trying to get his guys to play, seemed to be maybe working, talking about covering the number against Houston there, and they just looked for an opportunity to get rid of it. Yeah, I mean, I think they were definitely looking for an opportunity to get rid of him. He was highly unsuccessful after his first year. So, look, again, you don't make that call if you're K-State unless you're comfortable losing this case, because I think we can all look at it and be like, I don't know that they've got a real case. But they made the decision, and now what? We'll go through it, everything that led up to it. We'll just revisit this for a little while. Paul Mills later this hour. We got a lot going here on Sports Daily on this Reaction Monday. Stick around.
This is Sports Radio KFH.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week, new segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back, we're better, let's get it.